Yeah, right, my friends.
Oh no!
I'm going to
Don't
be
talk in that
cancelled.
accent. You're going to be cancelled for your jokes.
So, welcome everyone.
Yes, welcome.
I'm fucking so tired. I need some adrenochrome.
Yes. Well, trigger warning. There are some very serious topics.
Yeah, hectic deep dive. Today is more of an educational pod.
Yes, this is doing what the mainstream media won't do. Just putting some information out there that you probably haven't seen and giving you a rundown of exactly what everything's happening with regards to the Epstein files and how conspiracy bleeds into reality now. But before we get into this episode is brought to you by alltradescover.com.au.
We are wearing the hats today. I've got All Trades hat. I've actually got...
Mate, I like the hat. I think I'm just going to... This is my regular hat now for episodes, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, I really want. I'm gonna message him. Kathmandu. I got like fucking. I've got so many of their shirts.
Such an old man now.
I know. I'll go shopping in a camping shop.
Fucking hell.
It's just the fabric, man. It feels good. It breathes, and it's still like a t-shirt. It's not like a gym shirt.
Okay. Well,
that's a good ad for Kathmandu.
Have a Kathmandu attitude. But we were here by All Trades Cover.
Yes.
If you are a sole trader, small business tradie, you need insurance. Can't say legally what they will cover.
I was with John yesterday, and he loves that you squirm over this shit. He just wants to keep that going for another.
We've got some. Will never give us examples.
No, we've got it.
Do they even do insurance?
We've got some direction coming up in the next couple of months in the way we're going to frame some shit, and some games and whatever, but more so directions and themes. But for now, they just want to see you squirm. So, Delby, what can you get covered for?
Fuck, so much stuff, man. If you got your own business, you're a ledge.
Yeah.
You need insurance.
Look, if you don't have insurance, you're probably walking into a trap. So make sure you're covered. Hit up alltradescover.com.au. Soon we will have a link in our bio that feeds them data so we know exactly what's happening and what's working. But for now, just keep mentioning our name, alltradescover.com.au is a website. Let them know we sent you. Also, Crafted Finance. If you do need a mortgage, business loan, small loan, car loan, anything when it comes to finance, they're going to be able to help you.
Interest rates went up today, but you can get some crafty cuts.
Oh yeah, it's in their interest to give you the best interest. They don't care about just getting your business. They want you to succeed and have the best possible loan you can get. They're going to present you with all the options, so it's at the end of the day, it's up to you. But they present you with a very easy to understand breakdown of what's going on. And he just tells you how much you can save if you do this, this and that.
Yeah.
So they're great, good people. Crafted Finance, link is in our bio and in the show notes. It's definitely in the show notes. I had a look the other day. I hadn't activated it in the bio, so if you had been going into our bio, it's definitely now there.
There you go.
But he has been getting hit up by a lot of people, so that's great.
Sick. Well, I'm off to do my brain scan with Lara Schultz. Go listen to those past episodes. Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. But and then are you able to give us a breakdown of that in maybe one of the next episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 2 episodes next week. We got Rebecca Barnett, investigative journalist, coming on.
What's she been looking into?
Hate speech laws at depth.
Great.
And mate, she's abundance of knowledge on a lot of things. And we got Mandy Nelson as well coming in to talk about the year of the snake and the year of the horse. All the positive. We're going to get some positive energy going on.
Right.
And her episode was one of our biggest listened to episodes last year, so people will love that.
Cool.
So let's get her back and have a yarn. But aside from that, mate, I'm not going to say this is an incredible episode because it's a fucking dark episode, but trigger warning, maybe you have a little bit of a meditation after this or clear some shit because it's not nice knowing all this stuff, but it is real. It's the reality of the world that we're living in at the moment, unfortunately. So without further ado,
let's get
unredacted. Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Did you see what's been happening with Chris Pacillo?
Yeah, fucking idiot, mate. Not him.
Yeah.
The chick that posted. Just fuck up.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Watch the full, listen to the joke and how it's the context of that. That's a terrible thing to do.
It's so weird that like on Saturday, Rory was like, I was saying like how Pacillo and Tarbo have improved, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Pacillo's got this awesome joke about the natives.
Yeah, it's so clever,
And
man.
he told me, I was like, oh, fuck, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then the next day is when that
Yeah.
dumb bitch,
Mate.
fucking goose, bro.
Have you watched?
And you know, that clip is more about her than about anything else. It's
1000%.
like, look at me.
Yeah.
Like, get fucked.
Have you seen the clip or watched it now?
I stopped. I turned off after.
No, his clip. Sorry, his because it's out there. It's been on the Comedy Lounge's fucking page for ages.
Yeah, right.
It's a fucking clever joke. It's like really well written.
Yeah.
Anyway, anyone who's listening at home, South African local
Just don't go to comedy. Like, honestly, just stay home.
trying to be cancelled for a joke. Mate, fuck. Anyway, I've got a happy news before we get into the darkness of what is the Epstein files list. And you might have already heard about it, Delby. The adventures of Austin Appleby. 14-year-old boy.
Oh, yeah,
saved, or 13-year-old boy saved his family.
Yeah.
Mate.
It's a double spread today, and it was
Yeah.
yesterday's.
What, like, let's start with a feel good because fuck. So for anyone who doesn't know, young kid, well, family, are out kayaking or paddleboarding down in
He had a kayak. They were on paddleboards.
in
Near Dunsborough.
Near Dunsborough. So look, anyone who wants to look into where sharks are in Perth and where all the shark attacks happen in Perth, and it's there
Down the south region.
down the south. But they're out there kayaking. They get stranded in bad winds out there, and his mum had to send, because they lost their paddles. His mum had to send the young boy back to the beach to try and get him and save them and get authorities to come out, and fuck, did it, man. Yeah. Like the courage of the boy going by himself.
Yeah.
And then also leaving your family behind.
Yeah. So mum was with the two little ones.
Yeah, an 8-year-old and a...
Holding onto the paddleboard, and
Yeah.
he was in a kayak with it. They all had life jackets on, which was good.
Yeah.
But as he was coming back, the kayak started taking on water.
Yeah.
So he decided to swim, and then the life jacket was holding him down. So he took his life jacket off, swam 4Ks, ran 2Ks up the beach, and then called his old man, and they sent out the helicopter.
Just swimming in that water
Fuck.
scares the fuck out of me, that idea.
I could never even swim 4Ks.
Well, he's 13 years old, man.
Yeah.
What a fucking champion. How courageous. But also it shows you what you can do when you're put into that situation where someone's life's at risk. The adrenaline that would be flowing through you.
I wonder if you'd have if it was just your life, would you just give up? Or knowing you are the only hope for 3 other lives, would that motivate you more to not give up and die?
Well, I think
know
it's
what I
the
mean?
same as that, that negative self-talk. When someone else is struggling, you always give them that sort of advice or that encouragement. You don't give it to yourself. I think it would be the case. You probably work harder to save someone else.
Yeah. Knowing that your mum and little brother and sisters are out, you just wouldn't give up. But if it was just you'd be like, oh well.
I'm done.
Um,
Mate, it'd be scary. I think just the fear of swimming in that water alone scares the fuck out of me.
At dawn. No, sorry, at dusk.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, there's some big whiteys out there. Big ones.
Is this still talking about Pacillo's joke?
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. But yeah. Also, I have something I have umbrage with. Sorry, I'll go.
Yeah, they just pulled a 150 kilo bull shark from Sydney Harbour as well. There's guys that go bull shark fishing just to show. There's a guy, the one that's
Yeah. That Squirrely was talking about. Mate, there is.
They pulled up 3 bull sharks straight away.
The bull sharks are the scary ones.
Yeah.
They're fucking just ferocious, vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. And then actually, the point that Squirrely made last time he was on talking about the great whites, biting and then leaving. It's not that they're biting.
Yeah.
And then going, we didn't like it. They're biting, incapacitating their victim, and then coming back and eating it.
Yeah, it's
at their own will.
Eat something that stops struggling.
Yeah.
So,
but yes, they are all sort of looking for the struggling, weak thing because fish are fast.
yeah.
Yeah. But something I have umbrage with a little bit, and I'm sorry, it's not really related to the Epstein files, and I know that we're doing an episode on that, but the new statement by Mark Butler. I don't know if you've heard his statement on it.
I don't know who he is.
Mark Butler is the Minister for Health
Yeah, okay.
in Australia. And basically he's told all parents to remember a life before NDIS. He said that amid this new plan to remove autism from the NDIS. So my issue with it, and it quite enrages me as a parent of someone in that system. One, there's a lot of parents who are just abusing the system.
Yeah, so many.
Getting the diagnosis for the sake of diagnosis and taking away real
Funding from
people who are really struggling. And also there are I'm not saying they're taking away that, and also they're taking away the actual carers from people who really need the care, which is that is an issue. So that what he's talking about there is a rort in the system, and it does need to be sorted, but it's not by taking away the funding of people who are actually doing the right thing and need the funding. Now, I haven't looked enough into exactly if there's certain levels, and I probably should look a bit further into the certain levels of help that are required. But it's more a read the room sort of thing, because he's saying we need to be more active as parents, which we do. But their fucking party, and to be fair, the Liberal Party before, have created the socio-economic conditions where we can't fucking afford to not work full time. We can't afford to fucking be doing this, and we're not trained in the ways that these specialists are.
Yeah.
They're trying to. He's told us that we need to be more active in these areas, which is an issue. So, a couple of things I want to say is economically and socioeconomically, we're struggling enough to own houses and to be in the housing market, which is it's in the 70s and 80s. It was 4 to 5 times the annual average income. Now it's up to 13 times. Which is, it doesn't matter when people go like, we did it as boomers and it's all inflation, and it's no, like there's a fucking big difference there. Electricity costs just since 2023 are up 30 to 40%.
Solar.
Yeah. They just raised rates. So people's mortgages are going to go up, I think on average about $100. There's so many things that have obviously there's been waste on that they could, that they won't talk about. I'll talk about them in a second. But the flock cameras that we've seen everywhere, they've generated $13 to $14 million extra in fines. Because I know what makes sense when people are already struggling in a cost of living crisis. Let's add more fucking censorship, more surveillance to see what they're doing wrong, and add 31,000 fines in the first month. That's fucking ridiculous. Upwards of $500. Imagine if we flipped it. Like, imagine if every time they made a mistake or they went over budget, it came out of their pocket, or they were the ones who copped the fines.
It should happen.
Well, it should, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking bullshit. And then they've created this system and they've created this issue. Here's a couple of things that they've wasted money on. Well, we can talk about The Voice, but like you could argue that The Voice, it was something he was trying to run, but it's $411 million for that campaign.
What a waste of money.
Yeah, okay. This is way less, but fucking worse. The anti-ageism campaign that we spoke about, using the word boomer and such things. $400,000 on an anti-ageism campaign.
That's just clearly a tax write-off, man. That's just the worst concept I've ever heard.
Mate, it's ridiculous. COVID,
do you think
in general?
Do you think the boomers care that they've been called boomers?
Not a fucking chance. They're boomers. They're the ones who go, I don't care, sticks and stones.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh, mate, that enrages me. Now, COVID, we can go through and what issues that's created that we're paying for now.
Yeah.
COVID, so the expired vaccines that they wasted money on, $1 to $2 billion in unused and expired PPE, $300 to $600 million wasted on late purchased rat tests. So $1.1 to $3 billion on the COVID apps, which billion we're talking. And this one is fucking ridiculous. The JobKeeper, they gave to, it went to people that didn't, it went to firms. So $13 to $20 billion went to firms that didn't need the government assistance, and the government chose not to recover it.
Well, they're doing it now through fines.
Yeah, well, exactly. So the total spend was about $310 to $330 billion they spent on COVID. And that was probably its conservative estimates say there's about $60 billion of waste that were just completely wasted.
I wonder where the money's coming from, because there's only 26 million people in Australia, or 28 million in Australia. They're not all taxable. But half of that would be a taxable population.
Yeah.
That's more than like $10,000 each person.
Yeah, it's getting...
Because $1,000 each person is 14 mil, 140 mil,
Yeah.
isn't it? Or 100...
Well, there's app development.
Bucks, 14 million, so it's 140 mil. So you need 1,000 for 1.4 bill.
Well, and like we spent what? How much for 100 million on a weather app or a weather website?
That's insane.
So like they're just waste, and then so instead they pass it on to us,
Yeah.
the taxpayer, who they're
Put some of that money into fucking fringe marketing to normal people.
to normal people. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I'm not even going to touch on the fact that there's a huge rise in autism that they refuse to acknowledge and they won't even investigate. And they're just saying it's just we've got better ways of diagnosing it.
Also, when there's a carrot and stick with the NDIS.
Exactly.
If you get diagnosed, you get more funding.
But mate, read the fucking room. Like, don't say that we just need to go back to parents need to have a more active role. We don't have a fucking choice. Like, I'm a lucky one who works from home most of the time, so I can. But most 90% of even me, like I'm still working. I'm still like from fucking 9 till 5. I'm still trying to do work. I'm still trying to clip. I'm still trying to put up emails and whatnot. So like we don't have the time. Yeah. And if we do, are you going to fund us? Are you going to give us some sort of training? Are you going to help with that? It's just, anyway, I was really angry at that. And I think a lot of parents of kids with autism and really struggling with nonverbal and social problems and whatnot. Read the fucking room, mate. So, but Delby, the Epstein files.
All right.
You're not across these.
No.
Intentionally. And man, I actually, when you told me that, I was fucking respect to that. You intentionally left social media for a day while that was all going on, eh?
Yeah. I just took a day off. We partied pretty hard Sunday, but it was a big
okay.
It was a pretty big weekend as well.
Yeah.
From Fringe, I was out, 4 or 5 shows. I was out of the house from 12 till 1 o'clock on Saturday, and then had Sunday singles, and then it was a big night, but then just relaxed, just turned my phone off and
that's good.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Well, I think you did a good thing because it was pretty hectic. Especially the thing that I found the biggest issue over all that was all the conspiracy theories, just the blatant false allegations. There's enough fucked up shit in this that we'll go over in the coming episode or in this episode, but probably do a little trigger warning because there's some pretty fucked up shit in this.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be listening if they click on Epstein files, like the Epstein files.
Yes. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. So if you are listening, just be aware there's some fucked up shit we're going to talk about. But you know why I was actually contemplating just not touching on it and just leaving it, because it just puts that energy out there. I kind of think that the victims deserve a little bit of coverage, and the mainstream media has decided to just make it look like one thing and one person.
Yeah, right.
So it's just scapegoats instead of the system. So the conspiracy theories that I've seen going around are fucking disgraceful. There's no need to amplify and escalate things that are already disgusting. So I don't know if people seen that chicken photo where they've got the 2 chickens, for example, next to each other in the middle. They got it blocked out. Yeah, it's an old art piece, I think, from a vegan, but it's from 2003. I think it is.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah. So like these, I mean, you don't need to put that out there. They've intentionally not put any murder or harm within these files, which that means they're probably leaving out a lot of files.
Right.
But they've left out and child pornography.
Why that? What's the point of releasing?
Exactly. Well, again, I'll at the very end, I have my theory as to why, and I've actually heard people say similar. But all right. So that sort of stuff. Baal, the bank, like the bank account connections. Baal, as in the satanic worship, and people are falsely saying that he had a bank account called Baal, which, mate, these people are satanic and they do worship the devil, and they
Probably
do.
just short for balance.
No, it was a misprint of bank.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's just like
really?
Yeah, because it was Baal something, Baal name and thing, and it literally, and then just has the name of the bank. It's just
Is Baal short for balance then?
no, it was BAAL.
Oh, wow.
And it was just because we're looking at emails. Some of them are so old they're in fax times.
Right.
Yeah, so like, it's not. Just chill on that one. These people are satanic.
Yeah.
That are doing this shit, and they're doing some pretty demonic things. And yeah,
Because how do you find out if it's actual, if it's verified or not?
well, there's a website on the DOJ, Department of Justice, have released all these, so they're all real emails. We should also say that just because someone's mentioned in an email doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like me and you could be emailing each other going, that Biden's so fucked, he's a lizard.
Yeah, yeah.
And people go, oh my God, look at these two people. So we just remember that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But we'll go over what some people have said, because some of these people are very influential and very high in their
Status.
in their status. And these people have a bit more of a know of what's going on the inside sometimes. So, so basically, I'll quickly give you a rundown of the system. So according to multiple witnesses and court filings, federal investigations, Jeffrey Epstein was alleged to systematically collect compromising material on powerful men. Survivors and associates describe a setup where encounters took place in properties known to have extensive surveillance systems, notably the Manhattan townhouse and the private island. Young women were recruited, trafficked, and groomed, and some reported to being instructed to engage with high-profile individuals. The theory, supported circumstantially but not fully proven in court, obviously, is that Epstein documented sexual activity to build profiles, behavioural data, vulnerabilities, preferences, and potentially illegal acts. This material could then be used as leverage, whether for protection, access, influence, or financial gain, which that's been pretty
Stock standard.
Yeah, it's been pretty openly discussed, and that's common knowledge that that's what he was doing. It was a honeypot system, basically. In short, Epstein was gathering power and leverage through sexual exploitation and information for the deep state.
Yeah.
So do you know what the deep state is, really? Because people often say it.
Well, you'd say that would be the ones that are in charge of the banks and all the money, and
Yeah.
they are the neck that twists the politician's head.
Well, yeah, they're the ones that outlive the actual political life. Like a politician's, 8 years at best in the US. But, the deep state isn't a bloke stroking a cat in a bunker. It's the shadow machinery that never clocks off. It's the permanent operators inside places like the CIA, the Pentagon, intelligence contractors, career bureaucrats, lobbyists, the legacy media brokers who outlast elections and quietly steer the ship while politicians come and go. And they don't need the secret meetings like what we talked about, I think, with Bill Hicks. They don't need secret meetings to make these decisions. They just need an incentive, or a common incentive, which is finance.
Yeah. And I saw there was that John guy, the ex-FBI, he was just saying if someone gets in to power that they don't like, they just wait them out.
Yeah.
They just go, all right, we'll be gone in 4 years or 8 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not ideal for them. And then, they don't need secret meetings, like I said. So money, so they run along these aligned incentives: money, war, surveillance, stability, leverage. When presidents talk change, this system applies the brakes. When scandals surface, it buries, delays, distracts. It's not a single hive mind, but a self-protecting ecosystem. So it's just a whole lot of people with like-minded interests. Mm-hmm. So you don't even need these secret meetings, even though we will go into some of these secret meetings. Mm-hmm. So I should double check I am connected to the Bluetooth, because I've got a former CIA spy, David Robert Steele, basically explaining in pretty good terms exactly what is happening. 1 second. Am I connected? I will be in a second. Yeah, okay, I'm connected. So this is, we'll listen to about 2 minutes of this. This is, we'll have to wait for the ads, I'm sure, on YouTube.
It's a nonprofit educational.
This is,
So if I may,
this is, Robert David Steele, former CIA
based on my work
agent.
these many past weeks, and I want to just say that as a parent and as a patriot, I'm absolutely outraged by what we're allowing to happen to our children. Humanity is judged on how you treat the weakest member of the society. Let me say that although pedophilia, which says child love, has nothing to do with the abuse of children, these children are not just kidnapped and in some cases bred by families as a cash crop. We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child sex abuse. It's also child torture, because you have adrenalized blood. You have the whole blood drinking ceremony of the satanic world. It's also the use of children for harvesting body organs. We'll have the Falun Gong testimony tomorrow. One of the reasons that the Falun Gong are so popular is because they're so healthy, so that you can harvest their body organs and get the very best. And then you have ritual ceremonies and ritual murder, as well as incidental murder. I have been a spy. I'm out from undercover. I'm under a lifetime secrecy agreement. I absolutely tell you without doubt, I have no secrets that I can remember. If when I go to Iran soon, they can torture me, there's nothing there for them to get. But I know the system. I've been a spy all over the world. I have created the Marine Corps Intelligence Command. I have trained intelligence and law enforcement representatives, over 8,000 of them from across 66 countries. They are all, without exception, good people trapped in a bad system. And one of the most wonderful things that this court could achieve, now that we've had Pizzagate, for example, which opened people's mind, is we could achieve an opening of the public mind and an
Anyway, that's it goes on for quite a while, but he's giving you the basic terms of things. And when he's referencing things like Pizzagate or the drinking of blood, that sort of stuff, this doesn't necessarily have to be a real thing of this is the fountain of youth, those sorts of, and adrenochrome, which we do go in. It's mentioned in the files. We don't have to go into a conspiracy side of things. If the people who are in this system believe that it is and it's part of their traditions, then that's all it takes. And they'll just continue to do it, which is fucking pretty sad and scary. But he's in reference as well throughout this speech to a whole lot of people who are above the power, and they will do whatever they can to remain in power and to silence what's happening behind the scenes. There is also, now I might try and play this, I'll see if we can hear it properly, Michael Jackson's last ever phone call. Have you ever heard that?
No.
So Michael Jackson's last ever phone call, if we can't hear it right, I've got the transcript here, and it's just probably a couple of sentences, but it's pretty telling of a similar concept. So let's see if it...
and what's that Falun Gong you were saying? Is that where they take body parts or something?
I'm not sure. I think that is... Sorry about the YouTube ad. I think that is an area of people. Maybe give it a Google. Can you find out what it is?
Falun Gong is a Chinese spiritual practice combining meditation, Qi Gong exercises, and moral teachers on truthfulness, compassion, forbearance.
So they're just healthy people, he said.
A moral code that guides practitioners to improve their character by letting go of negative attachments. Just talking about Qi.
Okay. Well, I'll play this audio. If we can't hear it very well, I'll read it to you.
But I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people.
Can't really hear it, can you?
No.
Okay. I'll read it to you because it's probably better to read it anyway. Dieter, I can't remember who Dieter is. I think it's just a close friend of his, maybe his manager. What's wrong, Michael? Michael Jackson said, I don't know if I should tell you this. I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people. They want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore. Dieter, I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me. I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me, they could stab me, they could frame me and say I overdosed on drugs. They could do a lot of things. And then the phone call ends.
The fact that they have that recording shows he was right.
Yeah.
Like, why would someone have that recording?
Exactly.
So
yeah, so that was how long before? It was his last phone call it's his last phone call before dying, which is these are they just we have to start understanding that it's not conspiracy theories that people of high influence start to see people are no longer going to go along with what they want them to do, and then they just kill them. It's sad, but that's what it is. Another thing with here's an investigative journalist, Ryan Grimm. His thoughts on the drop, on the bulk of the Epstein files. One of the main arguments mainstream media figures to make private, one of the main arguments mainstream media figures make in private is that they haven't been able to, why they haven't been able to do follow drop sites reporting on Epstein and his links to US and an Israeli intelligence is that a lot of documents we relied on are leaked and not confirmed officially by the government. With the latest DOJ dump, many of the emails are now confirmed 100% as authentic. So the excuse vanishes. Let's see if they can report it now. So there are so many emails within this that confirm the emails that had been leaked. As I guess when it's leaked, you're not allowed to actually report on it. It's illegal, which is what happened with Assange. And I'm very interested to see what happens with these now because they're now authenticated. That Israeli intelligence has been linked, and US intelligence, the CIA, have been linked to Epstein, which is fucking crazy. A couple of things that are in these files that I'm not going to go into too deeply because a lot of people have covered them. Bill Gates and his STD stuff. I mean, that's
how I created antiviral software.
Bill Gates planning the pandemic simulations with Epstein.
Not everyone knows this stuff though, so our listeners might not know.
Okay, so Bill Gates,
new listeners.
Yeah, Bill Gates. What did he claim? He
was going to drug his missus with antibacterial because he got chlamydia or something.
Yeah,
off a chick at Epstein's Island, and he wanted to drug his wife without knowing, so she wouldn't know that he was cheating.
And he wouldn't do it, so he got angry with Epstein, and that's pretty terrible. He was also planning pandemic simulations with Epstein in 2017.
But he did a whole talk on that.
Yeah, exactly. So that was, we already knew that anyway. He was doing these simulations. Epstein suggests that he's friends with, in regards to pushing a narrative, he uses an example of being friends with the owner of TMZ to help push and control the narrative around the media. So just a very easy example of how they do control and push narratives. He was engaged in pushing the trans agenda, which that was to 3-year-olds. Enough people have spoken about this, but it's pretty weird that he's talking about how do we push and normalize the trans agenda within 3-year-olds. Maybe he's really progressive. Doesn't prove anything, but it just shows that these conversations were happening. Maxwell's father, Ghislaine Maxwell's father was killed by Israeli intelligence, which we found out through the emails. Epstein said he represents the Rothschilds. Epstein lived in the Vatican.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy. For not for long, but for a while. And there's actually pictures of Epstein with classified CIA documents in those files that have been released. Here's a weird one about Biden. Again, remember that this could be me and you emailing back and forth, but it's weird that it's in the documents. The CIA don't just grab an email randomly for no reason. It doesn't say who it was to and who it was from, but it reads, Biden is not your current president. The mask malfunctions on Biden are getting worse each day on purpose. It will end badly for Redacted, who is posing with a fucking clone on Facebook. The dude playing Biden ain't Biden. Real Biden is an evil, sick, angry man who abused children, including his own children. That's an actor with a fucking mask. We've been over this 1,000 times. It's never going to change. Biden is shot. 2019 firing squad. And then, it goes on like this.
That could be someone that's just
a loony.
It
could be.
Breakdown, just seeing stuff on TikTok and going.
Correct. So there's no need to just go, oh my God, Biden's fake. Again, it could just be some loony that's got onto Epstein and threatening him.
Yeah.
It doesn't say who it is. It doesn't say who it's to.
Yeah.
Who it's from. Like it's just it's pretty.
What was there on Trump?
Well, funny you say that. So Trump's been basically vindicated in a lot of ways, but also he's been fucked over, or not fucked over. He's been made to look terrible in a lot of ways as well. Now, all you're going to hear on the mainstream media is Trump, Trump, Trump. Maybe a bit of Elon as well.
Well, I was talking to Mush last night. He said Elon didn't get any invites. He wasn't.
Yeah,
he wanted to go.
He was trying to go.
Yeah.
So
imagine that. You're just that much of a loser that you dodged the biggest fucking.
Yeah.
the biggest bad thing in history.
Or you're just. Or you're just flaunting in front of everyone because he's talking about it every day on thing. He's like, I didn't go. Like I tried to. He wanted to, but like I think he's been basically saying I didn't know what was going on, but I wanted to go. But I didn't. I didn't go. Like, so what do you do? What are you talking about? Some people are taking that as like this is just some rich man basically flaunting in front of you. See, you can't do nothing.
What about?
But also, Trump.
Mush was saying that there was things of Trump grabbing young chicks.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what the news is reporting. But if they read on in that exact same email, it says underneath it was investigated and the witness was found to be non-credible, and it's. That same evidence was in the hands of the Biden administration, who would have released it if it was actually credible and real. So it's a false allegation, which is all that the fucking news is telling you, which just shows how bought off and how much of a part of the system that I'm talking about they are. They haven't mentioned all of this other shit that I'm about to mention. I haven't seen them mention once about fucking these pedophile rings, about trafficking, they've just said Trump was in the system.
What's that whole Megyn Kelly thing where she was going to expose the pedophile ring?
It wasn't Megyn Kelly, but it was.
Who was it?
It was another lead anchor or another investigative journalist who I think potentially part of CNN, or it was a big.
She was like, "This is the biggest story ever," and they go, "Nah, we're not going to run with it."
We had Prince Andrew, we had Clinton, we had everyone, and they shut it down.
Yeah,
and now they got leaked, and it became the biggest. Or they got Epstein, and she felt like they cost her story, her expose that she uncovered. Yeah. So, exactly. I was going to say that. So, for raping or a 13-year-old, and the investigation found it to be false. Discredited witness, and the information was known by the Biden administration. But again, this isn't guilt, but this is people in high places suggesting this is probably the more damaging part of it. Trump was named to have been compromised by Israel, and Kushner, his son-in-law, is the real brains behind the organization and his presidency. This isn't evidence, obviously. It's just talk between people that we don't know who that's talking between. But again, it's in these emails. And honestly, we've been saying it for the last 6 to 12 months. It does feel like Trump's been compromised by Israel because he's changed his tune very dramatically on certain things. So, don't worry about all the child sex offense. Like all the other stuff has been saying, all the emails in there say that Trump thought he was a creep, wanted him out of the club. It's actually probably made him look pretty good in certain ways. But that, for me, is pretty fucking damaging that he's been compromised by Israel. So is there something else they've got on him? Is he just part of the system? Which I think they're all fucking part of it.
Well, I mean, did they try to kill him or was that fake?
Or was it? Yeah, exactly. Did they create this powerful fucking figure to look like I'm here, fight? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know, but he could have, for all intents and purposes, gone in there with all the best intent. He could have.
Well, I think he has, because since he was the interviews from when he was 20, 30, he's always been like, need to put America first.
Yeah.
Like,
so just because he's doing all those things doesn't mean he's still not influencing the other stuff or doing the will of other people.
yeah.
Like, what do they call it? Controlled opposition.
yeah.
You got to think the people who pull the strings aren't idiots. They know how to play a system. They know psychology. They know mass psychology. They also know they can't get in trouble.
But I mean, also, like, how easy would it be to be control Trump if you've got his kids, you know where his kids are all the time?
Yeah, because he seems like a pretty good family man sort of thing. Yeah,
Pretty easy.
exactly. But
And if the people that are supposed to protect you are all bought off.
I do think he's controlled by Israel personally, but that's not proof. But I do think that anyway. It kind of validates a little bit of what I said, but it could have just been two people talking. So this is the stuff that's pretty juicy. And a few people have commented on this.
Because the other thing is, people don't realize this could just be like workplace banter. Like when you send an email going,
Exactly.
Biden's a lizard.
Exactly.
Like what you just said, or like, you know, fuck, he's got a mask on. you know,
Exactly.
Trump's this. Like there could just be people talking shit to each other. And because it gets leaked, you think it's this evidential document.
So the weird thing is that they're in the documents. Don't know why they're in the documents. I have my thoughts.
And we're only getting what they want us to get. Anything we get is just,
Yes.
no matter what happens, when you're never going to get what you want.
It's called controlled confusion, which I'll delve into later. It's a tactic.
You think that the people in charge are going to just go, oh, yeah, they got us. Like, they're in control of the people disseminating any of this information.
Yeah. I think I've got the... Yeah, okay, cool. So this one's pretty juicy. This is the shady the shady happenings surrounding Epstein's death, which some people may have commented on, but I've got it. I'll break it down one by one. So people that haven't heard about this, a post from an anonymous 4chan channel alleged that before Epstein's death, several unusual things happened. Staffing and movement changes on the tier that were not routine. Epstein's cellmate was removed, leaving him alone, and he left in a wheelchair the day before. Surveillance cameras were already known to be not working, not just that they failed that night. Unscheduled maintenance or activity occurred late at night near the unit. Normal welfare checks did not occur. The logs were later inconsistent. Staff were allegedly told implicitly or explicitly not to ask questions, and the atmosphere was described as tense. When they asked questions, it was quote unquote above our pay grade. So that's what he said in this. I think I actually took a screenshot of the 4chan. I can read what he actually wrote on 4chan. It was not saying anything after this. Please do not dox me. But last night at around 4:15, they took him medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed, and not one triage nurse says they spoke to him. Next thing that we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number. And the guy in the green dress military outfit was in the back of the van according to... a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van according to a tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I'm shaking right now, but I think they switched him out.
Yeah.
So that was his 4chan post, and everyone's like, that could be anyone. It's an anonymous person. We now have confirmation that this person is legit and actually worked in
so they're dead.
Still alive. Roberto Grijalva. Okay, I don't know. Sorry about the pronunciation there. So an officer at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York has been identified as the anonymous prison employee who posted on 4chan claiming Epstein left his cell Friday evening shackled in medical wheelchair. Well, at the same time, an unauthorized trip van arrived at the prison which he believes took Epstein away the night before the news broke of his death. The day after Epstein's death, U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman of the SDNY opened a grand jury proceeding and subpoenaed 4chan, Apple, AT&T and Citibank for records aiming to uncover Guljava's identity following the anonymous 4chan post. The day after Epstein's death, U.S. Attorney... Guljava's... I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Guljava's name is not redacted on his bank records, including the SDNY subpoena response from Citibank for his 4chan post, and ties the same prison officer Roberto, whose statements were released as part of the prison's investigation into Epstein's death. This is huge. We now have validation that the 4chan post was legitimate. So it's a real post. It's not some random... It's not Daniel Delby pretending he worked in the place doing I worked there and we had some dodgy dealings. It's a real person who worked there. It's validated. That's fucking dodgy shit going on before he died.
Yeah, right. So who would they have put in his place? Just anybody that looked like him?
Well, have you seen the photos of the body? And
no.
So the photos of his autopsy and like after death have been released. Yeah. And well, look, I've never seen a dead body a few days after. I don't know what they look like. I don't know how they swell up. But they certainly don't, I'm not sure, look like that.
Right.
Plus, there's a lot of dodgy shit going on with the autopsy, the vertebrae and what parts of the neck were broken and certain things. Yeah, very interesting.
Okay.
So we have confirmation of those things. That he was he was taken out in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
The night before his death. And not in a way that's usual.
Yeah. And like no sign in and all that.
No. So here's another thing that is fucked. This is crazy because this is very casual back and forth between people.
Okay.
Whether or not the allegations in this are real, the fact that people are talking about this so openly suggests that they're just common knowledge that this sort of stuff is real. So this is in relation to a victim and their accusations and what they were talking about they've seen. So in the email, who's it? It doesn't say who it's from or who it's to. They've redacted these names. But in the email it says, trigger warning. I'd like to add a few points disclosed by the purported victim. While on this yacht, he witnessed African-American males having sex with white blonde females, all of whom were bleeding during intercourse. He was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut off with a scincter, which is a sword, but left no scarring. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating their feces from these intestines. He was also raped by George Bush I. The reply was, "Thanks, redacted. I didn't realise Bush raped him too." Okay.
That's wild. Why would you eat baby shit?
Well,
like a humiliation ritual?
Well, eating of the babies and drinking their blood is part of a ritual to generate power, or maybe to symbolize power over these.
This is fucking fucked in the head.
Yeah, and look, there's a couple of videos that I've got that sort of talk similarly about this.
With that lady that went crazy then disappeared?
Yes, yeah.
Well,
so
we spoke about her before on here.
Yeah, I think we have. So what was? You can hear her.
Brazilian.
So basically, I'll turn it down. She's saying disgusting. They ate humans. They ate humans. I wasn't aware of anything. I mean, about the murders, yes, but they had eaten humans. Humans. They smell like human flesh.
So
this is that Brazilian lady just going.
She disappeared.
She disappeared
later or the next day.
Yeah. And so this doesn't prove anything, but it's now becoming very obvious that this is just a normal thing that does happen. Doesn't necessarily mean George Bush did it. That doesn't mean anything. But it's pretty fucked up that they were like, oh, I didn't realize he raped him too. Like,
Who are they talking about?
well, you don't know.
Yeah.
It's redacted.
That's fucking, yeah, it's pretty fucking gross, bro.
Yeah, it's
It's like, yeah.
so.
Sick.
In regards to this is very casually. I've got some people talk now. This is a lady talking on Oprah Winfrey, talking about she's part of a Jewish family. So I'm not saying this is a fucking all Jewish people are like this, but this is an example of what the people who do these sorts of things and why they do it. Okay, so this isn't me putting everyone in one box. This is just one particular interview on this subject. So.
Here to be a nice Jewish girl? Definitely. And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family.
Really? And so who knows about it? Lots of people now. So what kinds of things? You don't have to give us the gory details, but what kinds of things went on in the family?
Well, there would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to,
babies.
There were people who bred babies in their family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not, or they would supposedly go away for a while and then come back. The other thing I want to point out, not all Jewish people sacrifice babies. I mean, it's not a very typical thing. I just want to point that out.
This is the first time I heard of any Jewish people sacrificing babies. But anyway, so you witnessed the sacrifice?
Right. When I was very young, I was forced to participate in that, in which I had to sacrifice an infant.
And the purpose of sacrifice is to what? Is to bring you what? What are you sacrificing for?
For power.
So it's fuck off. Yeah. So forced. That's the government now coming after me. Yeah. So she makes a very valid point in there. I'm not saying that this is something that all Jewish families do. I'm just saying this was the families that I knew of that were doing it, and they were breeding babies within the family to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Satan, to Satan.
How could she just bring that up on Oprah so calmly? Hey, she was like, what are you talking about? Oh, you're sacrificing babies. She's like, huh?
Yes. What? Yeah. I think it was, from memory, it's a special on these sorts of things. I think she's reformed. And
who Oprah is?
No, the girl was in a family that did that. It was probably a whistleblower as part of that.
Right.
But
do you reckon Oprah would have been part of it though, and she had to play dumb?
Look, the conspiracies say she's part of it, Ellen's part of it, but I don't want to buy into conspiracies because, again, it is.
Well, the Ellen one with Anne Hesh is wild.
Oh yeah,
her getting up, before going into that ambulance, it's fucking so scary to see.
Yeah, I've seen explanations for it. I do think that's scary. Watching her like being taken out dead in the body bag and then just rising up. And yeah. But she also there's an explanation for this, that she wasn't dead. They were covering her because her skin was so sensitive because of all the burns, and she was freaking out.
What did she burn herself with?
I think she burned in a car fire or a whatever it was. Yeah, or whatever there was. She got burns, like full, but like her whole body burned, which is I think what ended up killing her. Like because you suffocate, don't you? Your skin can't breathe and whatnot.
Yeah, something like that.
So again, don't want to it's hard not to delve into conspiracy when you're talking about this because conspiracy is bleeding into real life now.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to navigate these conversations. But this is an example, perfect example of how just very normal families were breeding children to sacrifice specifically for, and what you said, why would they do that? It's for power. Now,
but where does that logic come in?
Now, well, look, they come at it from a spiritual sense, I'm sure. I'm certain of it. That was the Jewish way of thinking. Satanistic, I don't know what they're thinking, but there's power in the I guess the eating of another human.
Was it Jewish
soul.
Or was it a different?
This was a
form of
no
Judaism or something different.
Oh, this is not. Yeah, again, this is not what Jewish people do.
Yeah.
So
this is some sort of.
Yeah, this was just an example.
Offset, like a Charles Manson sort of subset that have come off.
Yeah, don't know why they do it, but it's just an example of that. This is a real thing, and stop thinking it's not. All right, so this one's probably the hardest part to read. Now, this was one of Jeffrey Epstein's and Ghislaine Maxwell's victims. And she wrote, I don't know if you've heard this one, the code. So she wrote in almost a cipher.
Who was that?
A victim.
No.
So there's a victim. Again, don't know their name, don't know any of the stuff, but I went through the files and I had a read, and it's very hard to read, so I'll read it. And very big trigger warning for this one. It's not a nice thing she was writing. So if you've seen our Instagram story, she would. I put it up on the page the other day. It's like a bunch of letters written on paper with a cipher and a few things, and then it's been decoded.
Okay.
Okay. So I've not got the whole thing. It's a long thing over a series of messages. So I've just gone to the part where so Jeffrey Epstein talking about superior gene pool. So superior gene pool, why me? It makes no sense. Why my hair color and eye color? Remember, this is all written through code. That feels very Nazi-like, but I'm thinking about these stupid, insane theories he has, and I guess in my mind it makes sense. The piano and the music comments are made to convince me this is right and will create perfect offspring. He calls perfect offspring. He calls them. I don't think it works that way, and it's making me hate playing music altogether. Piano or viola, I'm starting to resent them both. I miss the person I was before I was made into what feels like a human incubator.
So she being got pregnated and then they're forcing her to play music for the fetus?
I guess.
Is that what she's saying?
Yes. Yeah. I guess it's for skill or making. I have no idea what the purpose of this is. This is a little bit later, April 22nd. I had no choice. I wasn't ready, and she wasn't ready, in reference to her baby. My mother had found me, and it was urgent. After so many bonding moments with Jeffrey Ghislaine, their baby inside me and me in the middle, she wouldn't even look at me. We said nothing to one another, and I was so confused. When we arrived at Palm Beach, I was taken to a house close to Jeffrey's, and I think it was called Ocean Boulevard or Saint something. But it was close, and I was alone except for a new driver. And sorry, there's big words across this. A new driver, and not Mr. Juan. An elderly French lady whose pictures on the wall didn't have her. She had a thick accent and was kind. She said she had been born to deliver babies and had been doing so before I was born. Similar to the last one with shot and hook. Sorry, it's hard. It says confidential across what I'm reading, so it's hard to read. Similar as the last one with shot and hook, but too much blood. Too much blood with so much water and unbearable pain. She put her hands inside me and seemed worried. I didn't understand something about the baby facing the wrong way and putting pressure on a placenta. Things would have to be different. She said I had to be brave, strong, and listen to her directions. She could help safely get the baby out. I was terrified seeing so much blood on the bed and the floor and started to panic. She had to flip me over on my hands and knees and had to push me and had me to push and push. It was so excruciating. I could feel everything as she tried to guide the baby out, but I was so tired. I felt like I was dying, but suddenly she had caught a beautiful baby girl who made more than a whimper, but beautiful cries. She let me hold her, washed her, and brought her back clean and perfect. She smelled so good and showed me how to feed her. But only maybe after 15 minutes, Mr. M came and took her away. I was hysterical and begging for more time. He said those horrible girls were in the car, but but I wouldn't let it go. Let her go. The old woman promised me she would be safe, and I had to let her go. 4 pounds, 10 ounces, 18.5 inches long, and a beautiful long fingers. I am dead inside. Life has no meaning. I don't want to be here. So they got her pregnant and they took her baby.
Mm. And where'd they get that from? Her diary or something?
This is from declassified, I think, FBI documents where they've investigated
what she said,
the files that she had in the that they had uncovered. That is confirmation that they were breeding children for what? Maybe to be born into sex slavery, maybe to be born into. We've been talking about child sacrifice. I don't know what, but earlier in this, they kept on doing it. This was like the third or fourth time, and the other babies kept on dying. So it's...
As in like before they were born?
Yeah, miscarriages.
Yeah, right.
And whatnot.
Fucking hell.
And they were angry at her for not... That's the part where I was just like, I just need to show how bad it got. That's they're breeding kids, taking them away from their parents.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a little meditation at the end of this and clear this shit energy. Okay, so from there, I don't want to breed into too much conspiracy, but I think, I don't know if this is the order in which I should take it, but we're going to go to Bohemian Grove and Alex Jones's uncoverings.
Yep. Well, it turns out he's been vindicated.
He's been vindicated heavily. So what
Except for Sandy Hook.
Yeah. Well, exactly, man. Like you can find one wrong thing and it can fuck you up. This is why just stop fucking sharing the conspiracies. Stop fucking buying into it because it can unvalidate a lot of things. Alex Jones. So what that video actually showed, Bohemian Grove, for people who don't know, Bohemian Grove is basically a place that a whole bunch of rich people go and worship to a effigy of an owl and talk about the world in robes and whatnot. So basically what the footage shows that Alex Jones found when he went to Bohemian Grove was a large owl statue, theatrical event called the Cremation of Care, men in robes chanting and performing a stage-like ceremony, a symbolic effigy burning. So the owl at Bohemian Grove is mainly symbolic, not mystical, but they basically symbolizes wisdom and knowledge. Across many cultures, owls represent wisdom, learning and insight in Western tradition. They're linked to Minerva or Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategy, silence and secrecy. Owls are quiet, nocturnal observers that fit a private club where powerful people meet off record, and watchfulness. The owl symbolizes seeing in the dark, metaphorically knowing things that others don't. Now, the interesting thing about Bohemian Grove, aside from them going to a place in their woods wearing robes and chanting and burning things, it's the people who are 1,000% confirmed to have gone and openly acknowledge that. So some of them are pretty old school, but some are pretty modern as well. So some of the people who are confirmed: presidents, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Henry Kissinger, Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, people in the military like Colin Powell, finance and tech people like Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, David Rockefeller, Herbert Hoover, who's a mining guy but also a member prior to becoming president, Charles Schwab, who's a broker, John Major, who's a former UK Prime Minister, and people like former media anchors like Walter Cronkite. So I don't know what to make of those sorts of people of stature during presidency or during their time going and fucking chanting in robes in the middle of the woods.
How do you sell that to someone? Like, if you didn't know about it, let's say Zuckerberg, because he's so awkward.
Yeah.
And someone's like, oh, hey, do you want to come and meet President Nixon, get there. Here's your robe.
Yeah. Chant can't.
Come and do it.
Yeah.
That's probably guaranteed that would have happened to some of them.
Yeah, like, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean,
Like,
it's not that different. It's just boys fucking dumb boy shit. Like, look at fucking frats in colleges. They do the same thing, like initiation ceremonies.
Yeah.
Let's get around and fucking
Yeah, they do, yeah.
haze and shit. So, I mean, there's nothing more to suggest than it's just
yeah, there's no evidence that there's murder or yeah, exactly.
just elitists
Sacrifices.
being fucking
Elitists being odd.
like in a fraternity.
This again, this is just like I'm not trying to bleed conspiracy into it, but these sorts of groups exist, and that is an example of something that's very odd. I'm not saying they're doing anything bad there, but I'm just making people aware of it because again, media doesn't cover this shit, and they won't. Now we are definitely bleeding into conspiracy with this next part, but it's referenced in the files. Adrenochrome. Now, what do you know of adrenochrome, Delby?
I think that's Google's next homepage.
Yeah.
You just get hell excited when you get the good results.
So
adrenochrome.
Yeah, so adrenochrome's a real thing. Adrenochrome has no biological purpose, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Is it a real thing?
Yes, it's a real thing.
So your blood gets adrenaline in it.
Yeah, so adrenochrome
That's a
is simply an
byproduct.
incidental oxidation or byproduct of adrenaline. It forms accidentally and is rapidly broken down by the body and cleared, apparently. That's what they say. Adrenochrome is created when adrenaline is released in the bloodstream by the adrenal glands, chemically reacts with the oxygen and becomes oxidized, forming adrenochrome. Now, rumors around adrenochrome claim that it's harvested from humans, often children, during extreme fear or pain because of heightened adrenaline. Because of heightened adrenaline, to produce more pain, or to produce a more potent substance, which elites are said to use for anti-aging, euphoria, and power. That goes back to the power comment. These stories allege that it's extracted from blood or organs and trafficked through secret networks.
It's weird though. Like, why don't you just stab yourself with an EpiPen? Like, produce your own adrenaline.
I think it's more about the ritual of it.
Yeah.
It could be a drug. Apparently, there's no evidence that it is a psychoactive, but people do suggest there is a psychoactive side to it.
Well, if they release that science, that would encourage like purges where people go and do it for themselves.
Now, there's one part of the Epstein files that talk about this, and for whatever reason, they've included this, and this is just screenshots of two people talking and wanting to report it to the FBI. I don't know why they've included this in there, but I'll read some of this. Someone tweeted a while ago, Epstein requested permits to dig really far deep down on his property, but he didn't dig, and in the locations where he got the permits, he was digging in other locations, apparently, and this might be the locations that were pointed out to me. The response was, can I report this to the FBI? Or can I tell this to the FBI? Of course, they need to do deeper investigation into this, and if it's true that they are harvesting adrenochrome in organs, and it was set up like an underground temple, redacted and etc. Set up like an underground temple, redacted and etc. were there. They would have seen and partook in the harvesting of that stuff. So whoever that redacted is, they're saying would have seen this stuff. She hasn't commented about the underground temple on the island. She hasn't told the full truth of everything. She has covered up stuff, including knowledge of them actually harvesting adrenochrome and organs.
Would this be in relation to Ghislaine after she got done?
It doesn't. Well, potentially, yeah. Potentially. But again, we can't make assertions.
Or could it be Joffrey? Or could it be another victim?
Yeah, it could be anyone. Again, like part of the outrage at the moment is that they're not saying who these people are. So then we can investigate further. But also, you don't want to be harassed if you're just a random person within the... I kind of understand some of this shit, but anyway... where are we? It's not a made-up conspiracy. It's real. The response, I know that they cater to anything on that island, sacrificing included. I know so many survivors of Ismaili satanic ritual abuse. Response, I was told that the temple was cemented in so you cannot have any access to the underground temple, and a fake door was painted on the building. I have no idea what Ismaili is, random word while typing. So Ismaili wasn't even. So just so many survivors of satanic ritual abuse. Where are we? Here we go. Yes, I know of survivors that witness children being murdered to future control and terrify them into submission. I was told these things. Response, I was told these things. I was never in any of these locations. I believe it though, because the child recruiters that I thought were my friends told me very similar stuff that they actually witnessed. Yes, I know survivors that witness children being murdered. It's called PTSD mind control. Then they start referencing someone named RT. Where's the next? Sorry, this is hard to navigate.
PTSD mind control. So just seeing a kid murdered fucks your brain up and you go, oh, if they're going to do that to kids, they can do that to anyone. And the kids that they would do that with are ones that have undocumented. So
correct.
Fucking these cunts are cooked, eh?
Yeah. So who knows who they're doing this to? And as we've seen that at the very start of this conversation, the CIA guy has said that they're importing people to be part of this program.
Well, that links into all the UFO stuff where the UFO sightings have seen heaps of kids being chucked on. So it's just
really,
where they saw a UFO land, but heaps of kids were getting put onto it. So they're like, well, it's not a UFO. It's just a untrackable aircraft that we don't know about used for human trafficking.
Yeah. So this now goes. We're going to go into pizza. Pizzagate. Now, Pizzagate is real to a point. The people who are involved is not necessarily real. There's conspiracy theories. There's all these.
The actual Pizzagate though was the place that got said that there was pedophiles in the pizza shop.
That was part of it. Yeah. So people held on to a conspiracy theory that it was being trafficked through this specific pizza shop. Again, this is where conspiracies and all these theories and miscommunications and misinformation and disinformation can actually dilute a real problem. Things like saying Hillary Clinton and John Podesta are trafficking children and ordering hot dogs and pizzas are odd in the way that they framed them, but certainly not. If you really look into the Hillary stuff specifically, Podesta's are a bit more weird, but Hillary is clearly just ordering some hot dogs or pizzas.
Right.
But
Podesta ended up being...
Podesta's weird, man.
And the thing was, didn't the pizza place, one of the guys at the pizza place end up being convicted for pedophilia?
I didn't look into that part. But again, just because there's conspiracy theories around these sorts of people doesn't necessarily mean the actual pizza stuff and those terms are not real, because that's been, again, through the files being confirmed at these sorts of terms. So I'll go through the terms and how people secretly communicate, because there is dark web that they traffic these sorts of people. We've heard about the Wayfair stuff. Like, I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but it's fucking pretty weird.
It's pretty insane.
That on Wayfair they are selling cabinets with the names of children that are missing, which is odd. Anyway, pizza allegedly refers to children, often girls, sometimes interpreted as young victims. Cheese allegedly refers to young children, infants, so the youngest babies. Hot dogs refers to boys, and most specifically underage males. Pasta, groups of children. Ice cream, sexual acts. Walnut sauce, brain matter, or extreme abuse.
Jesus.
That's one of the darkest interpretations. So there were alleged locations, but pizza place or pizza party allegedly refers to a gathering where the abuse occurs, or entertainment. Basement, that's where the abuse takes place. Pool, swimming, that refers to trafficking or movement of victims. Handkerchief, allegedly refers to a child. So the handkerchief is a big one in something I'm about to tell you. Chefs are the alleged traffickers or the handlers. Delivery is the transporting of victims, and maps are logistics or locations, which kind of makes sense. Now, we'll talk about the Podesta one, which is what popularized Pizzagate as a theory, because I think this really diluted a very real trafficking system that's going on around the world. I'm not certain. So this one, for example, the one that went very viral was I think Obama spent about $65,000 of taxpayer money flying in pizza/hot dogs from Chicago for a private party at the White House not long ago. Assume we are using the same channels. For me, he's literally just saying, I heard that he spent a lot of taxpayer money on a party. I think that's been taken far too wrong, and again, dilutes a real problem.
But if you said assume we're using the same channels,
it is odd. I'm not saying it's
like that's saying we're using the same code words here.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy. It's weird, but I don't think that's enough for you to go, oh, Obama's in on it, and it can be taken as like he had a pizza party for a heap of people at the White House. But there is a weird one. I do have a weird one.
It's a pretty unlucky crossover though. Very specific.
Yes, Daniel. I agree.
And wouldn't Obama get KFC and watermelon?
Delpy, you're done. You're done.
That's jokes.
Jokes. This is the one that I found very weird. Handkerchief. So, the realtor found a handkerchief. I think it was a map that seems pizza related. Is it yours? They can send it if you want controlled.
So again, a handkerchief that's pizza related.
So the realtor found a handkerchief in brackets. I think it has a map that seems pizza related.
What the fuck?
Is it yours? They can send it if you want it controlled.
So, so someone trying to sell property just found a kid and is like, hello, who are you?
And it's pizza related, which is now that's a just take away pizza. Okay, take Pizzagate out of that. Just a weird thing to.
Yeah, you never be like, oh, hey, I found a handkerchief with pizza on it. Do you want me to send it to you? You'd throw it out. You'd be like, oh, this is trash. Throw it out.
And you want it controlled.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Look, let's go devil's advocate and go, they've run a party in a house that they're trying to sell and there's mess and the realtor's gone, what's going on? There's someone's, maybe, or haven't had a meeting there or that was pizza related. Fuck knows. I'm just being full devil's advocate there. I don't want to just say he's a fucking child trafficker, but it's an odd thing to say. This is why that was popularized so heavily. But that doesn't mean that these terms aren't real and this isn't happening. We've discussed for the last fucking hour and a bit that this is a real thing that is happening.
It's not very inventive code words either.
No. Now, the issue I have with, and there's so many more things that we could go through on these files. I've just used a couple of examples, but none of this is evidence against anything. It holds no one accountable, throws a few names to the wolves. Like, what is it? Who we got? We got Prince Andrew, Bill Gates, George Bush, Jay-Z.
Yeah. Jay-Z's only got one post on his Instagram.
Yeah, some people don't.
Is that him? Is that he always done that?
Maybe.
Or has he deleted everything since he was named? He's got 1 million followers and he's got one post.
Tegan Christie did.
She's got the hectic.
Yeah, her Twitter.
Hers is hectic, bro. She's like,
yeah.
He's a female pedo.
Yeah. Like, he looks so tasty and,
like talking about little girls and tiaras and shit.
Yeah, mate.
There we go. Jay-Z has reportedly left the United States after being named in the files.
Yeah, he didn't go to the Grammys. So,
see that? 1 million followers following one person. Surely it has to be Beyonce. Imagine if it's not.
Yeah.
It's just Beyonce.
It's Becky with the blonde hair. But these are scapegoats. That's all they are. It's like, let's hold them accountable. There's been something done. The system still remains. And that is the worst thing. But the reason I think we've been given this information is just all part of what they call controlled confusion. And it's a tactic done by central intelligence agencies. Controlled confusion is a term often used to describe an alleged influence tactic in which powerful institutions or intelligence services deliberately flood the public with mixed signals, partial truths, contradictions, leaks, and competing narratives so the clarity never fully forms. The aim isn't necessarily to make people believe one false story, but it's to exhaust trust, fragment attention, and prevent unified understanding or action. When people are unsure what's true, they're more likely to disengage, argue with each other, or default to authority, making systems harder to challenge, even when the real wrongdoings still exist.
That's exactly what's happened. I'm so disengaged with this. It's worked a treat.
It's exactly.
Who gives a fucking? It's been drip feeding, not drip feeding. Shit's coming out. It's not coming out. You're like,
they know it's not a coincidence. That's what it is. Yeah. And what they do is they throw a few scapegoats. They give you your Prince Andrew. They give you your Jay-Z's, your Bill Gates that we can sort of go, what the fuck? And you feel like there's some sort of accountability. But the system that created these sorts of people, these characters, people keep yelling, Trump, Trump, Trump. Fucking, they keep yelling, Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk. They're not pointing at anyone else as well, which is fucking ridiculous in itself. It doesn't matter. The system is what is the issue. It's not the characters. It's not the people. If you're starting to point at people, you've lost. Now,
well, and the Clintons wouldn't testify. Now they've been forced to.
Yeah, they're going to testify. That's interesting. Let's talk about the mainstream media's role in this, because they've been exposed, I think, now very clearly. They've already been exposed anyway. But the way to tell if someone is influenced by this very system is to watch what they're reporting now. That's as simple as it is. If they're influenced by this system, you can't trust them ever again. So if it's a mainstream media network like a CNN or it's a Channel 10 here in Perth, if they're reporting the same shit, the same Trump stuff, you know they're part of that system.
Or maybe they're right, man. And you can be labelled as a Trump lover.
No, but like Trump is fucked as well. But there's 48 other things that are fucked. That this is how you spot it. So, I don't think any of the networks have really been talking about his allegiance to Israel either. That's the concern. They're calling him out for the 13-year-old thing, which is now that's not true. We've seen that if you look further into the files. But they're not mentioning the Israeli intelligence compromisation or being compromised by Israel. That's where you can see it. Like, if you're going to talk about Trump, talk about that. Fucking idiots. Because that's pretty fucked.
I'd like to hear more on this. Or Bill Gates, man.
Bill Gates. Right. Fuck yeah. So the mainstream media has been exposed as the megaphone for powerful interests by deciding what gets attention and what gets ignored. Certain facts quietly disappear while the same few people or angles are blasted over and over until they feel like that's the whole truth. When every outlet repeats the same message in the same way, it stops feeling like journalism and it starts feeling like messaging. The effect is obvious. When people argue with each other about personalities, they stay confused about the bigger picture and rarely question the systems or the power structures that benefit from staying out of focus. That's exactly why it's called TV program. It programs you to think what you believe and what you emotionally react to, functioning less as information and more as mass conditioning. So the way that they're commenting and they're reporting on this, if they're not calling Trump out for being potentially compromised by Israel, but they are saying he's a child abuser, that's a perfect example. That is a perfect example of a mainstream media network not being compromised, because both have the same amount of evidence.
Yeah. And they're not reporting on it.
Correct. So that's a perfect example. They're just fucking rage baiting, which is probably worse. The one thing I think we're going to see now is people are diving into it, and you need to be open-minded, I think. So I want to talk about the concept, and you'll love this concept of strong beliefs held loosely versus beliefs held strongly. Loose beliefs held strongly. So strong beliefs held loosely means caring deeply about an idea while staying open to challenge, refinement, and new information. Your sense of self isn't threatened by being wrong. Loose beliefs held strongly are shallow, unexamined ideas clung to with intensity because they're tied to your identity, belonging, or fear. When questioned, they provoke defensiveness rather than reflection. The difference isn't conviction, but emotional security. One seeks truth, the other seeks protection and acceptance. And this is what we're seeing with anyone whose ideas are challenged. Instead of potentially accepting that they're wrong or they've been misled, they have clinged so tightly to their ideas that it's become part of them, and then they react as if it's an attack on them. And this is what we're seeing now. I think we're seeing this with Trump, for example. To point out that Trump's potentially leveraged or compromised by Israel is an attack on the right. Fucking be open to the idea that it is a potential. And the same when you find out that all your favorite left-wing presidents were part of that same corrupt system, be open to the idea that it's the whole fucking system. So I think, honestly, look, we definitely fell in, I reckon, I certainly did, probably 2 or 3 years ago, fell into the loose beliefs held strongly, not doing enough research, not being open to change, going, no, I'm right, this is what it is. I'm very happy to be challenged and go, you're wrong now, which is, I think, what we have to do. You can't be so stuck in your ways that if you're proven wrong, it's an attack on you. It's not easy. I remember the first time I did a post only like 9 months ago, going, I admit fault that maybe I got down the wrong path. Do you know how hard it was to post that? It's fucking. I haven't seen it from The View or fucking anyone like that.
Yeah,
it's not easy. But once you've done it once, it's a bit easier to go, yeah, sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah,
I've changed my mind.
Yeah, as long as you allow others that same leeway, like politicians and shit.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly what. Like, I had to put up a post saying I think I've been wrong about Trump and a few things. Do you know what? Didn't go viral. You know why? Because it's not appealing to a fucking certain ideology. People want confirmation bias, or they want things that make them angry.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it's your own podcast and you didn't even see it. Exactly. And I was like, I put my hand up, and people like this is why when I could go, Trump's good, Trump's good, Trump's good, and then people who believe in that will go, yes, 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 and then the people who will hate that will go, you're a fucking idiot, and that will breed virality. Or I could go, Trump's the fucking devil, and
there's no middle ground.
Exactly. So if I go,
he's done some good things and he's done some bad things.
So if I was
as every president.
Exactly. So if I am to put out, and which we've done a few times where we put out a clip and it says, yeah, he did really well here, but this is pretty fucked. Or let's not use Trump, let's use anyone as any other person as an example. If you don't say that everything they're doing is bad or good, it gets no views. And
that's got to be by design.
It is by design. It's the algorithm. And so people will go, oh, I didn't see you post that. Yeah, you didn't, because it didn't go viral, because it's not appealing to a bias echo chamber.
Yeah.
And it's not good for us.
Yeah.
I've not been liking putting those posts up because I look at it and it gets 40 likes. You're like, oh, well, that's what it is.
Yeah. Social media is not real, man. That's the problem.
No,
that's the thing. People let social media dictate the way the world runs, and none of it is real.
Exactly.
Israel. Like, I was saying to Mush last night, like, whatever people say online is so far from what they say in real life.
Yeah.
It's a whole different consciousness. It's almost like a different version of you. It's a version of you without inhibitions, I guess, or like not how you'd actually act if you're face to face. And so people go into jail for stuff they say online. I think you should have the same concept. It's like as a hoon, if you do something bad in your car, you get your car crushed.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you do something bad online, it'll just come to your house, crush your iPhone. Or $1,700.
Or deplatform you or something like that. Like,
well, I don't know about deplatform.
Because you can just get another.
Yeah, but if every time you got done, you had your iPhone crushed, eventually you'd end up with a Nokia with no internet access
Yeah.
And we've solved the problem.
Yeah.
Like, just
but yeah, I mean, I just don't know. I don't think silencing anyone has ever worked for any reason.
Yeah.
It's never the good guys who silence people.
yeah.
How often have you seen the good guys go, nope,
Yeah.
can't say that?
Yeah.
If it's the good guys, they're like, oh yeah, you make a valid point there.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't think anyone who's ever been silenced, the people who silence people are the good guys. So what do you think comes of all this? Nothing, obviously.
Yeah, nothing.
Is that
That's the idea, right?
is that the idea to just go? Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, we'll drag it out for another year or two, fatigue it. Everyone will be fatigued and move on.
Controlled confusion.
Put up a fucking badge about ice.
Yeah.
Just wear a pin saying ice. The fucking celebrities, man. Ricky Gervais is right. Shut the fuck up. Just
Yeah.
accept your award.
Just
shut up, man.
I mean, what's her name? Billie Eilish.
She said fuck ice at the end of it.
Yeah, and but she also said, you can't. What is it? Something on stolen land.
You can't have sovereignty on stolen land.
Well, you can't be an illegal. You can't be an illegal on stolen land.
Yeah.
Like, well,
all land.
How about your $15 million property?
Yeah. No shit. Let them move into your house.
Yeah, exactly. But look, it
blows
again,
my mind that they're so anti having your own government.
Well, look at every other
insane.
state where there's been no issues because they've complied and they've worked with the authorities.
Yeah.
And then the one where it's run by Waltz and the Democrats, and it's I don't think it's a coincidence. And then the media's role in escalating tensions.
Yeah. And it's a slap in the face to those that done it the right way because it's fucking hard to move that the right way.
Yeah.
I saw it, there was a reporter and he's like, my family immigrated here legally. We worked our asses off, did everything by the book. Why does anyone get a free pass?
Yeah, and look, it's not a perfect system, but the system was pretty fucked before, so sometimes it requires a bit of alteration. The other issue is when you are clearly manipulating the media coverage, it's going to intensify the response from
normal people.
Yeah, and it's going to escalate protests, and it's going to make things tensions harder and higher, and there's going to be some fucking issues.
I've never once thought to go and jump in front of a police operation with my car,
But at what point?
What are you doing, man?
At what point does the media raise their hands and go, "Yeah, we left out context here, enraging people"?
Yeah, never.
Making the situation so much worse.
Yeah,
it's already a fucking tense situation. Don't escalate it by putting out false information and completely removing context. Even manipulating the photo of the victim, they made him look more handsome.
That's wild.
They completely altered his photo.
Yeah, right.
Some people say there's a conspiracy to that.
Yeah.
There's a guy that looks almost exactly like that who was part of the IDF.
Yeah.
They're calling him a crisis actor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disrespect someone's life by suggesting that, but stop changing footage. You won't create these fucking...
Yeah.
Just report it as it is.
Yeah.
It's a fucking tragic situation that's been escalated because of the media's coverage of it, suggesting that everything they're doing is
wrong,
is barbaric,
Yeah.
Without also referring to the fact that Obama and Biden did the same thing, even worse.
Yeah.
I think 56 people died under the Obama ICE campaign.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Even Ricky Gervais is the best. He was like, shut up. You have not, with the celebrities doing...
Yeah.
You haven't lived... You're not a real person.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like to even live in the real world.
Yeah.
You've grown up fucking in a completely different world to everyone else.
Also, I'm not devoid of the fact that there's a humanitarian issue that does need to be understood.
Yeah.
There are poor immigrants that are just desperate to get out of their country. And that has to be understood as well. That's why it's a nuanced conversation.
Yeah.
You are destroying people's lives, but people are very consciously leaving out context, specifically in the media, and it's escalating tensions, making things so much worse.
Yeah.
So
I don't think anything's going to happen anyway. It'll be just move on to the next cause. You don't even hear about the Ukraine war anymore.
Yeah.
It's something else. It's just look at my left hand while the right hand figures it out. So,
yeah, the accountability's not going to come, not in the way that we want.
They might hang one person out, man.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two, and they'll be like, right,
we did it.
Jay-Z, Bill Gates, whoever it was.
Did he?
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a win. That is scapegoats. The system still persists.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this just comes down to the way we can finish it. What do you think we can do as individuals?
If anyone asks you to have their baby, probably don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think if it's all a spiritual war, you just focus on doing what you can to help others in the same breath as, ICE deporting, but doing what you can to make sure that you're doing everything you can to live your life in a wholesome and positive way, because you can't fill anyone else's cup unless your cup's full first.
Yeah, that's called the what do they call it? The oxygen mask theory.
Yeah. I think just focus on fulfilling yourself, because that will radiate positive vibes and like attracts like. Disconnect from your phone. Have a day or two out without non-stop fucking extreme shit being fed to you by your algorithms, because it's not real life. You see it all the time. You think it happens all the time, but it doesn't. I just fucking focus on yourself, your family, and your friends. I think that's the way to just be happy. We're lucky that this is a world removed from us, where it's in Hollywood and this whole gross culture. We're fucking very lucky in Australia to live where we live, especially Perth. So yeah, I'm just focusing on making people laugh.
Yeah, that's good, man.
So,
see, that's you raised that quote, and I don't remember. It might have been Nelson Mandela who said that that quote about our biggest fear is not. What is that? That it's from that movie, Coach Carter. I've talked about it a few times, but there's a part at the very end where it says, we need to shine like children do, and as we do, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. And I think that is exactly what it is. Be the light, focus on self, and try to be the best person you can. It's hard. Fall into traps, man. Look at
oh man, it's hard not to be negative. I just fucking Fringe world itself. I'm fucking pissed off at Fringe.
Yeah.
I am a minority at Fringe. I'm not represented at all in a single advert. You won't see a guy or a person that looks like me unless I'm in a wig, a dress, and makeup. So I'm finding it even difficult in my own realm. But then when I'm at my show and people are laughing, it's like, yeah, sick. What a good time.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm not sure about Fringe anymore in regards to its success.
It's fucked.
It's got enough of a rumor about it that it is focused on one area, and
it's very clear and very obvious.
Yeah.
Even I can't remember who I was speaking to. I think maybe Mush last night. All of the arts grants.
Yeah.
Was like represented in a meeting for all these grants. It was like fucking dance, burlesque, drag, whatever. Everything other than comedy was represented
at Fringe.
To the art, the
grants.
The grants in art.
And Mush told you that. What a pun.
Yeah.
Grant.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. Well, all you can do, mate, is continue to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Seem to be doing a good job.
Trying. Fucking got 38 years single, started this week. I'm fucking not looking forward to it,
You're not looking forward to it?
I don't know what it is. I'm just so fucking...
Because it's unfinished, like it's not...
Yeah, it's just like, it's all new and it's kind of... I just don't know what I want to get from it.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I guess it's uncomfortable, isn't it? It's out of your comfort zone doing something new.
Yeah. Well, no, I love doing new stuff. It's more like...
Well, it's an hour of new.
Yeah.
It's not like like going up and doing a 10-minute spot and chucking in 5 minutes of new.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Sunday Singles, like, fuck, man, the first half was absolutely smoking, on fire.
Yeah.
And that's all improv. So I'm just going to try to figure out a way to recreate that. It'll be sweet.
Yeah, okay.
Just plug in my ideas as we go. But either way, if you want to come and see me struggle, 7:30 Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And then the last two shows for Who's Rhyme.
Hey, that was fun the other night when we came. I loved that. It was good.
Yeah.
Grace loved it.
Fucking, yeah. Yeah, it was good.
And yeah, that was a smaller crowd, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
You can still have – the good thing about that show –
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You can have 6 people in the crowd. The music actually changes the vibe of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 white guys rapping is what we're talking about. So 6 o'clock. We've actually got a show in Scarborough tomorrow, 6 o'clock Scarborough on Thursday, 6 o'clock Friday and Saturday at Stables Bar.
Oh, nice.
And then 7:30 for my solo and 9 o'clock Confessional. Confessional's been going off. So get along to it.
Nice. Got nothing to plug. I don't even know what I'm going to do for the rest of Fringe. We'll just see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Keep a lookout for. I'm going to write a short film for us.
Okay.
Do you want it to be funny, or do you want it to be like thought provoking?
Whatever.
Or maybe I was thinking of doing 2. One like that, one thought provoking, like cool one, and one just funny, stupid.
You can do them at the same. You can do both at the same time.
Oh, I can't. No? I need to focus my creativity in one area to be like fully be into it, write it, do it well. I did like that you sent me that thing. It is serendipitous, but I couldn't do it in that short time period. I want to do things not like we did last time with Up and Joke. I want them planned. I want it done right. I want it written well. I want it to be something I'm proud of.
Yeah.
You could just fuck around though, make it practice.
Yeah.
You've got an idea.
Well, I've only got 13 days left in Perth.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. No worries.
Cool.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.